Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we will be solving a guesstimate question which is usually asked in many interviews, be it product management interview or consulting interview. So let's get started. Today's question is to estimate the Google ad revenue. Alright, but before that, I request you to pause the video and think through it. Also, please check other playlists and the videos from the I button at the top. I have created so many videos on business strategy, machine learning, resume tips and tricks. So back to the question. As usual, the first step is to understand the question and ask any clarifying question to the interviewer. So here, if you think about this question, we are asked to estimate the Google ad revenue, right? So what are the things that should come into your mind? Think for a while. Since Google ad revenue comes from ad on different platforms, so the first question we should ask is, are we considering overall ad revenue including YouTube, or we are focusing on Google search ad revenue or something else? So we can assume that we are focusing on Google search advertisement revenue. The second question which should come to our mind is, in what time frame are we calculating this ad revenue? Suppose here we are talking about annual ad revenue. The third question we can ask the interviewer is that in what geography he wants us to focus on. Because Google is global company, so is there any particular geography he wants us to focus on while calculating the ad revenue? Here let's assume that the interviewer wants us to focus on the Indian geography. So what is the goal of the problem? The goal of the problem is to calculate the annual ad revenue from Google search in India, right? So let's start with high level equation and walk through of the solution. We'll start with the Indian active internet user. These are the users who have active internet connection. Currently, India has 600 million active internet users. Even though we have active internet user, but not everyone use search engine, right? I understand that Google is quite popular, but still not everyone uses search engine. Also, some people use different search engine like Bing or Yahoo. So we have to take the fraction of those users who use Google. So we have to take the market share. After that, we can divide these users into power user, medium user, low usage users. From there, we can calculate the total searches by these users. After getting the total number of searches, we need to take the fraction of those searches that results in the ad. So there we will get the total ads. Once ad is shown, we need to take into account how many people are actually clicking on this ad. That is click-through rate. Because not everyone clicks on the ad, right? So we have to take into account the click-through rate as well. After that, we have to think about the cost per click. So what does it mean by cost per click? After clicking on the particular ad, how much the advertiser is paying. Till here, we have the total ad revenue, but this is not the Google ad revenue because Google take a fraction of it. For example, when you open some website and click on the ad, Google gives some fraction of the revenue to the owner of the website and take rest of it. So we have to take the fraction of the total ad revenue. Then we have to just multiply by 365 to get the annual ad revenue of the Google. So this is the overall high level of equation and walkthrough of the solution. Now that we have discussed the complete approach, it is time to fill those numbers. We already discussed that India has 600 million active internet users. And we can assume that out of those active users, only 2/3 use Google and rest 1/3 either don't use search engine or they use other competitor like Bing or Yahoo. So we are thinking about 400 million users who uses Google. So let's assume that the 20% of these users are the power users who are doing 10 searches per day. And 60% of the users are medium users who are doing 2 searches per day, and 20% and rest 20% of the users are doing zero point 0.1 searches per day. By this, what I mean that they are doing one search in 10 days. So we are taking 0.1 search per day. So if we talk about the power users, they are doing total 800 million searches per day. If you're thinking about medium user, they are doing 480 million searches per day, and low users are doing around 8 million searches per day. So the total number of searches would be around 1.3 billion. So in India, around 1.3 billion Google searches are happening. Now let's assume 25% of the Google search result in ad. That means there are 350 million impression of the Google ad via search. What does it mean by impression? Impression means people are seeing 350 million ads from the Google search in a day. Now we have the click-through rate, but only 10% of the ads are getting clicked. That means 35 million ads are clicked every day. So this 10% is known as the CTR, click-through rate. Now let's talk about the cost per click. For every click, let's assume that advertisers is paying around $0.1. So that gives us around $3.5 million per day. But not all will go to the Google ad revenue because Google has to pay the website owner as well. So assume that it takes around 60% of it, that is around 2 million per day, roughly around 2 million per day. Or if we talk about in the yearly, that will be around $750 million per year. So total ad revenue from the Google search is around $750 million per year. So now what you have to do is you have to do the sanity checking of this number. Please comment in the comment section box about how will you do the sanity check for this number. I hope you have learned something new from this video. If you have any doubt, please do comment in the comment section below. We'll try to answer any queries. Please subscribe to our channel or you can book a slot with us on TopMed for any mock interview. Till then, keep learning and keep watching.